Hi guys, welcome back. Christmas is behind us, so that means that the next big thing is New Year's Eve. So, which also means that 2023 has come to an end. We are looking back over a whole year that we have left behind us, and like almost everybody, Ravi and I also have some hiking highlights and all-time lows of 2023. And in this video, we are going to share them with you. Let's start with a positive thing. Let's start with our personal hiking and backpacking highlights. And I've been thinking about that one because obviously 2023 was quite a tough year in regards to my injury, but I found two of them. And for the first one, it might sound a little bit weird, but my highlight of 2023 is looking forward to 2024. And it all has to do with my new job. And then you can say, well, what does your new job has to do with hiking or backpacking? Because you're not doing anything in the outdoors for it. No, that is correct. But in the last few years, I'm talking about 10 years, I've had jobs that I always had to work in weekends. I could barely have a weekend off. I could be very pleased with 1 weekend off per month, but that was absolutely the max. So that wasn't a lot, and it means that I have not been able to do a lot of hiking and backpacking over those years. And that was quite hard for me because I have so many plans and so many trails that I would love to do, but I've never been able to do it because of the lack of time. And as you know, if you are following the channel for a bit longer, I lost my job in August at the outdoor store because of my foot injury. And at the beginning of this month, I have found a new job. And that job makes that I do not have to work in weekends anymore. It pays very well. So instead of 4 days, I am going to work 3 days and I'm still earning much more money. So I clearly made that decision for myself. Then I'm going to work 3 days because that gives me so much more time to do hiking and backpacking in the upcoming year. Obviously now it's winter and the weather is absolutely crap for the last weeks and everything is getting so wet because it does nothing else than rain. So not really talking about the current situation, but if I'm looking forward to 2024, that is going to be a lot in regards to hiking and backpacking, and it promises to be a great year. So although it is not a specific hike, trail, gear, stuff, whatever, my new job is my hiking and backpacking highlight for 2024. And my second highlight of 2023 brings us back to September. And in September, we went back to Denmark. And what Ravi and I did is September last year, so 2022, you saw us hiking the Gendarmsteen Trail. And that was our first long distance hike. And we had a blast on that trail. It was so amazing. And there was a last section of it which went from the village of Horrepau to Skofby, which was still in progress, so to say. It was there, but it was not completely marked by that time. So we decided to stick to the original trail and ended our true hike back then in 2022 in the village of Horrepau. And it was not planned to go back in 2023. We supposed to be going to Austria, to the mountains, but due to my injury, we decided to change plans and go back to Denmark because we all absolutely loved it over there. Both the dogs did, my mom did, I did. So we decided to go back in 2023. And at that point, the last section of the Gendarmsteen Trail from Horrepau to Skofby was finished. It was completely marked. So it wasn't a question for me that Ravi and I were going to complete all the last kilometers of the Gendarmsteen Trail. There were 10, 11 kilometers left. And we did them in September of this year. So that means that in September, Ravi and I officially completed the entire true hike, the whole 85 kilometers of the Gendarmsteen Trail. And that was absolutely a highlight for me. I'm dreaming about long distance hiking for quite a while. And some of you might know that my absolute dream is one day hiking either the Pacific Crest Trail or the Appalachian Trail. But obviously, we do not have a lot of those longer hikes here in Europe. We do have the Nord-Süd Trail in Germany since, I think, 2021, somewhere around there. That's a 3,000 kilometer hike, but hikes of those lengths are not even something to talk about as long as we have Max, because Max obviously is still getting older And I cannot leave her alone that long of a time, because 3,000 kilometers obviously takes quite a while. So that's a long-term plan. But therefore, hikes like the Gendarmstein Trail, they absolutely are highlights to us, although they are not that long in any distance. So that we have completed that trail in September was absolutely one of our highlights of this year. And then we are going to the all-time low of 2023. And it actually is a follow-up on one of the highlights, because my all-time low also has to do with the Gendarmstein Trail. And then you might think, well, how can a highlight also be an all-time low? And that all has to do with a storm that passed by in Denmark in October of this year. And it's really weird, because it is exactly to the date 1 month after Ravi and I have completed the Gendarmstein Trail. And that storm was one of the worst storms that have hit Denmark within 100 years. And it damaged everything. And it flushed away almost the entire Gendarmstein Trail. I will blend in a little video, which I will tell you a little bit more about how the path got damaged in several sections of it. So we're going to switch to that one right now. So here you can see a very clear map that the organization of the Gendarmstein Trail has made. And with different colors, they made a sort of a notice of how severe the damage in each section has been. And here in the beginning, you can see that the colors are yellow. So at the bottom left, you can see that the stretch can be used, but it's not 100%. So the damage is not too bad over there. But then you are seeing that other colors are starting to appear. And here you can see surface is eroded, axis is damaged, path is partially washed away. So there the sections are starting that the trail is gone. And it depends a little bit on the section and the different colors that it has, how severe that it is. But as you can see, the damage has been really, really bad. So road down the lighthouse, severely damaged, problematic foot trail. So yeah, here the part is not too bad, but here you are going more to the eastern part of the trail, and fallen trees. Those probably have been removed by now. But here it gets really, really bad. And this is the part where Ravi and I did the wild camping. And I will tell you more about that in a few seconds. But as you can see, it is really, really bad here on the trail. A lot of damage, dark red, black colors, a lot of erosion, as you can see on the information on the left. So stairs cannot be used. Ground has been washed away. It is such a weird thought that it's just not there anymore. The Gendarmstein Trail it's just gone. As you can see, that means that there is an awful lot of damage to the Gendarmstein Trail. And until now, so 2 months later, it is still closed on several sections, because the trail is actually non-existing anymore. And the part where Ravi and I did our wild camping adventure last September, where I somehow had the feeling that I had to go back to, because I absolutely loved that spot in 2022. It's just gone. It's not there anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. And that is such a weird thought. And obviously, because the Gendarmstein Trail was our first long distance hike, it has a place in our heart. And seeing the trail being damaged that much made it definitely our all-time low of 2023. And I definitely hope for the trail itself, but also for everybody who's willing to hike it in the future, that there also will be a future for the beautiful Gendarmstein Trail. So these were my highlights and all-time lows of 2023. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please consider giving us a like, subscribe to the channel and notify the alarm bell. And we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.